This week on Lemons to Lemonade Furniture, we will show you how to turn laminate IKEA nightstands into a super luxurious Anthropologie duplicate. Follow me to the garage and we'll show you how it's done.
Welcome into Lemons to Lemonade Furniture. My name is Kara, and flipping furniture out of our garage in Dallas, Texas has allowed our family to reach financial freedom. Come along with us and I'll show you how it's done. I'm starting with two black laminate dressers, and I'm hoping to turn them into my favorite Anthropologie trend, high shine lacquer furniture. This is a huge trend right now in our Dallas market, and I think my resale value on these could be really good, especially when I see how high the price point is on the original nightstands listed on the Anthropologie website. So let's go. Let's see if I can do this. First things first, these guys need a really good clean. They've been sitting in my garage for a while. I like to use simple green mixed up to the package directions and some warm water, and everything gets a very good scrub. Now normally I would take the handles off first before I cleaned, but I'm having a really hard time pulling these drawers out, which you're going to find in a minute. So I kept the handles on so that I could clean around them, and then once I actually get the drawers removed, and then we'll work on getting the hardware off. Today's furniture video is part of a dupe challenge hosted by No Can Do. There are a handful of us furniture flippers recreating our favorite high-end pieces. Be sure to visit the playlist located in the description of this video to see all the other fabulous flips, and be sure to visit Clara's channel at No Can Do. I found the reason that I couldn't open those drawers. All of this was stuck on the inside. You never know what you're going to find in other people's furniture.
I'll fill the holes from the old hardware because I will be making new holes for the beautiful lucite poles that I found on Amazon that match the Anthropologie dupe. I will link those poles in the description below. The top of this drawer is damaged and I need to recreate a new corner. I picked up some molding putty at my local hardware store. The putty comes with a part A and a part B that you mix equal parts together. I will make a mold over a good corner and then I'll duplicate it over the broken corner. Now I have used way too much of this molding putty, as you're going to see. I could have gotten away with using at least half of this, but it's my first time doing this. I'm learning as I go. So you'll just continually roll this together until you have one uniform color. And then once I have one uniform color, I'm going to shape it to whatever I need to make a mold of. And I will let that mold dry for at least 2 hours. While my mold is drying, I'll scuff sand my nightstands. I'm using a 220 grit sandpaper. The tricky thing about this high shine furniture is every little imperfection is going to show. I'll make sure that any nicks, dents, or scrapes are completely gone from this furniture piece before I start painting. I'll continually use my hand to feel the top and double check that it's smooth. You won't be able to trust your eyes for this process. You'll need to use your hands to make sure that you don't feel any imperfections on your piece.
If you've watched our channel for a while, you know that one of our favorite ways to update furniture is to change the base. No exceptions with these nightstands. Just by creating a new shape on the legs, it will make a huge difference and give the nightstands a more modern look and feel. I'll measure out how much of the base I want to remove and then use my jigsaw to cut out the parts that I no longer want. Once the old base parts are removed, I'll use my orbital sander to make sure everything is nice and smooth. My mold has set overnight and now it's ready to be removed. I double check the part that needs to be replaced, and now I'll fill the mold with Bondo. I'll get enough Bondo out of the can that will fit into the mold and use the red cream hardener, mix it together really well till it's a uniform color, and then it's time to start spreading it into the mold itself. And this part totally reminded me of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And quickly before my Bondo begins to set, I'll take the mold over to the nightstand edge and fit it to the broken corner. Again, I've used way too much Bondo, so when I push this in firmly, it's going to seep out of the edges, and I'll have to quickly clean that up before it sets. Now that I have sanded and sanded and sanded these nightstands, it's time to get them clean. I'll take a little bit of warm water to them again so they're ready for the paint. I let the Bondo sit for about 4 hours, and now I can remove my mold. Once my mold is removed, my next step will be to take my orbital sander and smooth down that new corner.
Like I said, this is my first time trying something out like this, and it was pretty easy. The package directions were self-explanatory. Besides using too much product, which I learned, I will definitely use this trick again. So just a word of encouragement to you. If you have something like this that seems a little daunting, just give it a try. The mold can always be remade. It's fairly easy and inexpensive. It's a great way to fix a piece of furniture that otherwise seems like it's destined for the trash.
It is finally time to start painting. Thank you so much, Martha, for finding our Amazon wish list and giving us these canvas drop cloths. They're really going to come in handy this week. I like to cover all my furniture projects so I don't get any paint on them from these nightstands. This big dresser right here you probably recognize from our Ugly Duckling challenge a few weeks ago. It's getting ready to go to its new home this weekend. I've done so much sanding and repair work to these pieces, I don't totally trust that it won't bleed through. Plus, I'm using a light color to paint for the final color, and being black underneath, I want to make sure that the light color is really pure and clear. I'm using Rust-Oleum 2-time white primer and spray can, and I'll apply 2 coats. Once it's dried, I'll go over the primer with a light sanding just to make sure that it's smooth to the touch. We'll be using the color Aleutian by Sherwin-Williams Krylon chalk paint line. Aleutian is their February color of the month, and it's this beautiful light blue gray color, similar to the color on the dresser that was in the Anthropologie ad, which is why I chose this color. I prefer to use Sherwin-Williams Krylon chalk paint line because it is so easy to spray through our gravity-fed HVLP spray gun. I fill my canister 3/4 of the way full, and then add just a little bit of water to cover the top of the paint and shake really well. I get lots of questions about our compressor. We have this 20-gallon compressor from Arbor Freight, and it lives inside its own little soundproof box so we don't disturb our neighbors. Here's what it sounds like when it's inside its box with the door closed. That soundproof box makes a huge difference. I make sure that I open it frequently and let it breathe. I only keep it closed when I'm spraying. My compressor is full and it's ready to go, so it's time to start painting. It started to really rain outside, which is kind of dampening my plans for this evening, and the sun has already started to go down, so it's getting dark in the garage. I've set my lights up, so hopefully I have some better lighting in here. I've got to get this second coat of blue paint on before the end of the day because I can't let the gun sit with the paint inside of it overnight. It'll just be a nightmare to clean tomorrow. So I've got to finish these up tonight. I've got my lights out so you guys can see what I'm doing. I've cracked the garage a little bit so the fumes go out of the garage, and I set the fan up so it pushes everything out. So I'm on a mission to get these things done tonight.
Okay, I did it. I managed to get them done before the end of the night, and this is what I have left in my spray gun. It's about 1/4 of the way full still. Since I'm going for that high shine lacquer finish, I'll be using Helmsman Spar-Urethane in a high gloss formula for the final coat. Once the can has a good stir, I open it up and pour it into my gravity-fed HVLP spray gun. This polyurethane has a very strong smell, so I want to make sure that I'm always wearing proper protection when I use it. The dial on my spray gun controls the flow of product. I have it set on the second notch so very little gets through. If I have it any higher than this, my poly will tend to run when I'm spraying it. When I'm spraying my poly, I make sure that I go a little bit into my previous line just to make sure that I don't have any areas that haven't been covered. If I miss anything, I'll need to make sure that I get it on the next coat. I can't go back on my first coat. It'll be too heavy and it will make the poly run. It's the end of the month, which means it's time to share where we are on our financial goals. If you follow our story, you know that we've found financial freedom through flipping furniture, and the next goal that we've set for ourselves is to beef up our 401k. We challenged ourselves to put all of our furniture flips this year towards our retirement. Here's what we've sold this month to help us reach our goals. If you have any questions about how we reached financial freedom through flipping furniture, feel free to ask me in the comments. I'm happy to help.
Now that the poly has had enough time to dry, it's time to measure the space for the new poles. I was able to find the exact same poles that the Anthropologie set had on Amazon, and I'll be sure to link those in the comments. Those poles are so pretty. I can't wait for you guys to see this end result. In case you forgot, here's where we started with our IKEA black laminate nightstands. And here is my best shot at duping Anthropologie furniture. I just love that high luxe shine. The color on these and those lucite handles are the perfect upscale fit. What do you think? Do you think we pulled it off? Let me know in the comments. I'm hoping to have this whole set listed for sale by this weekend.
If you want to see how we flipped the matching Anthropologie dresser duplicate, check out this video here, and we'll see you next week on Lemons to Lemonade Furniture.